This is the Berman Project. Hey, it's JD here, back for another week of introspection and reflection on grief, loss, and the pathway to mental wellness, all while lubricating my soul with the music and artwork of late indie rock singer-songwriter and poet David Berman. How are you doing, motherfuckers? I left you on a bit of a cliffhanger last week. I think I was a bit dramatic there, laughing maniacally and saying that it was real or whatever the fuck it was I said. I don't quite remember, and I don't listen to these, surprise, surprise. But suffice it to say, I managed to climb out of that particular hole. But shit was just getting too heavy for me, and I needed to just jump off. Now, what I could have done is pushed pause and made the episode late again. But what I want to do is make this as real as possible. Because if you've been following and listening to the poetry we've been reading up until this point, we're dealing with an artist in David Berman that is incredibly talented, just incredibly talented. The little moments that we get in time in these poems are fucking spectacular. And I, for one, am, just really thrilled to get to experience them with you. So there's that. I am enjoying a delicious left field sweet spot mocha marshmallow stout right now. That's right. It's fucking autumn. And although it's 80 degrees here today, no, 75 degrees here today. It's 21, okay? It's 21 Celsius, people. That's what it is, all right? It's 21. I don't understand Fahrenheit. I never have, and I never will. Now, that statement, that shows you the... No, never mind. Okay, so first things first. Chris in London. I love to say people's cities with their names. I don't know if you know this about JD, but that's sort of what I do. And I don't think Chris is in London. He's going to be in London, and I hope to see him in London, but I don't think he is in London. I think he should have a different suffix there. Chris, shoot that out to me. Send me an email. Sent me his collection of Silver Jews ephemera the other day, like photographs of them. And included in that were both the Arizona record and Die Map of the Reef. Now, this led me down. So thank you for that, Chris. You are, as the people say, too cool for school. So this led me down a rabbit hole. I went to Discogs right away, and I was like, well, I have a turntable now. Maybe old JD needs to open up that dusty old wallet, spend some of that coffee money you're sending me, and buy one of these things. And that made me realize what a fucking idiot I am. Now, those of you who know will know. You already know what a fucking idiot I am because you've been listening to episodes screaming at me, particularly episodes with this particular issue, I should say. Episodes 6 and 7 would have really got in your craw. You are probably really frustrated with me, and you have every right to be. I'm not proclaiming to be a source or a resource. After all, I'm uncool and underqualified. However, I should at the base level do some, enough research that I'm telling you the correct records. And basically, Dime Map of the Reef is 5 tracks. So the last 2 tracks I've been telling you are from Dime Maps, but no, they're not. It's from the Arizona record, which is a 10-song expanse, or 8 songs. It's 8 or 10. Hold on, I'm going to look right now because this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying to you. See, there's Dime Map, and it's 5, and yeah, it's 10. Nope, it's 9 songs. It's 9. So there you go. What's really fun about these Dime Map both these records that are compiled on the Early Times CD put out by Matador. No, Drag City. Shit, Drag City. What's fun about them is you get credits. So there's something else that I've been like, I'm struggling to think of who else could be on this record. Well, according to the credits, the only credits are Bobby N, DC Berman, Hazel Figurine, and then the illustration is David Berman. Other is Armrest Ashtray, Spill Fantasia, and it's recorded by the Nervous Four. Hazel Figurine, when I saw that name, I was like, that's the female that I've been thinking I've somehow in the band or whatever. And no, that's just a moniker of SM. That's another, that crafty son of a bitch. So there's that. But that's not really the end of that thought. So I shouldn't have said that, because the end of that thought is that's a mistake by me, and I'm sorry. I truly am sorry. It was not my intention to give you false information, and I should have looked harder at things. Definitely not trusted my memory, because I did a whack of research leading up to the podcast. This is the most planning I've ever done for a podcast. In fact, like before a launch, and to come away with that misinformation is cringeworthy. So apologies. I'm making folded hands right now, and I'm bowing in your general direction. Apologies. Let's listen to some fucking music. This is Jackson Nightz with a Z by the Silver Jews on the Berman Project. Why does that have to be it? Am I alone here? That was a fucking great song, right? That was a really great song. And I love the guitar line, like the melody of that guitar just sounds so wonderful. And then the actual melody, the vocal melody is a lot of fun as well. And then you get this piercing phrasing, especially toward the end, tough luck, can't fuck, tough luck, I can't fuck. It just really works. It just makes you want to jump up and down and listen to this live and see this trio, with a crowd behind them or in front of them. Where would the crowd be? Where would the crowd be? Behind them? No, I'm not sure. If you know, send me an email, jd@meetingmalcolmists.com. I do appreciate every email I get. I read them all and reply to as many as I can. And I got some nice ones this week regarding that previous episode. I thank you. I just thank you so much for giving a shit. Yeah. So there's that. Back to the music. It's a nice mix of Malcolm Berman singing, as far as I could tell. Again, I'm not gonna try and peel into an onion here that I don't think is an onion. I think this is just a great song, and I enjoyed it, and that's all there is to say about that. Oh boy, can you imagine if I ended every thought with that? Like Forrest Gump? That would be fucking crazy town. So I'm recording this before it drops, obviously. And I'm really excited that I'm going to see the Blue Jays play this Saturday. I'm going to go see the game in person. It could be an elimination game for either the Seattle Mariners, hopefully, or my own Toronto Blue Jays. So it could be pretty stressful, or it could be just like that sort of middle game that ultimately doesn't matter, and you got tickets to the shittiest game of the three. It's the best of three. I don't know. We'll see. By the time you hear this, we'll know the outcome, and you'll know whether JD got caught streaking across the field or was escorted out by Ace the Bird mascot. I don't know. We'll see. Let's dig into some poetry here, because this is my favorite portion of the show. I just get to read fucking great artwork, There's something wonderful about that. Okay, this, of course, comes from Actual Air, which you can still purchase. You can be fucking the coolest person I know and, get the original edition, or you can be cheap like I was and just buy the reissue that came out. You can get it through. Can you get it through Matador? I want to say I bought it through Matador, but that doesn't make sense. I'll look this up. Okay, so I'm back, and I did look it up, and yeah, it's on Drag City, but it's out of stock on Drag City. But I found out you can get it from Amazon and places like that as well. I think they had it at my local Canadian big chain bookstore as well. But if you can wait for Jesus Christ, wait for Drag City to get more, to do another print run or something like that, and go from there. Or again, you can find it if you need it. Okay, just go to steely.com. Okay, let's see. This is again from Actual Air. Let me adjust my glasses. This is Tableau Through Shattered Monocle. Tableau Through Shattered Monocle. His house had white brick balconies, chiseled drapes, and star charts beneath the wallpaper. There was the smell of English plastic and a mud racetrack out back where a smacked up car with garlands of nicks in the paint waited lamely in the paddock. We found a burnt keyboard by the mill race, blackbirds stacked in the cabinets, and heard how the house made little crackling sounds when he got up in the morning to wade through the pages of the labyrinth Spanish logic or dismantled chunks of mica. The professor said that a herald on a dirt bike broke up the driveway bearing hill testimony from a cult called the People, and that something felt wrong when he heard a boat hiss below the planks, and the man say, "If my John Adams hand shoots." Sometimes driveways develop end zones so more imaginary Swedens can rise from the bottom of the book. But in our historical reassessment of the Redcoats, we forget the peace in a name like James, or the long rainy Indian wars fought primarily in the nude. The squad feels new in new rooms, and our attention sometimes clots on a detail like this Scotch tape clears as a highland stream repairing file folders entitled How Car Keys Think, and Not a Still Life, but a Slow Life Then. During investigations, the void may bloom in the mirror like twin wedding dresses on a high, thin bed. But these apparitions are not evidence. They're not even sediment. It's all slush at the fox's feet, a frieze of braille, photos of the isotopes. We'd had hot and cold conversations in dead languages for years, yet the installation and plugging in of moons, the slight changes in the rules of tennis, the thought that he could be losing never completely crossed our minds. Perhaps it took the marriage of now and then, here in the weeks leading up to football season, to make us realize that in death we are declassified. Whether it arrives in European forests that smell like attics or while negotiating a curve by the college library. These words are meant to mark this day on earth. Whoa. That is bananas. While it's not my favorite that we've read, it's certainly the most abstract. There were times there where I felt like I was just, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm a bit high. So I guess some of the words, it is a bit word salady, right? Like there's some strings of words that seem incongruent or don't quite fit, but for whatever reason they do. There's a cadence or a rhythm. And the rhythm and cadence of the syllables in the words themselves and the choices of those words really make for, a great sounding poem. I would say this is the most poemy of the poems that we've read so far. In that it feels rhythmic, it feels rhymey. It's certainly not any more structured than the rest that we've read, but that's where it fits for me. That's how it feels to me. How about you? Send me an email, jd@mediumalchemist.com. I would love to hear from you. It would be great, in fact. And we'll take it from there. Because that's what I got for you this week. So stay cool, stay collected. Things are picking up. It's going to be a great autumn. And wash your goddamn hands. The Berman Project is a production of Duvra Podcasts and Such. You can find out more about the show at www.thebourbon.com. thebermanproject.xyz. That's right. I'm fucking Canadian. I'm also social. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, and all the rest at Berman Project.
To podcasts and such.